So first, what is a reading comprehension question, right? I guess most of you already know it. Just a simple example to show. So let's say that you will be given a piece of text to read, like how you see here. We have taken a very small example, and then there will be some questions that will be asked based on that text, right? So that's basically that you read a piece of text, comprehend it, that's basically understanding it, and then answer the questions that are being asked. I like the central point in the first paragraph is that economic benefits of Olympic Games. So, and then you'll have options. You have to select the correct answer that would be, answering the given question. So, to crack a reading comprehension question, there are two important elements, our skills, whatever the way we look at. The first and foremost is reading and comprehending the passage, right? So, you'll be given a piece of text. You have to read it and understand it properly to actually answer the questions. The complexity in this element is this, that the passage could be of any length, right? So you will see short passages, you will see really long passages. It depends on the exam, the passage specifically. It could be 300 words, it could be 700 words, 500 words. Generally, you will see 300 to 500 words typically, but you never know. So in an ideal world, most of us would be able to perform really well in reading comprehension questions if we are given unlimited time to reread the text as much as we can so that we can understand it. But that's not the situation we would see in the real exam, right? We will have limited time. You're supposed to read it faster, understand things better, and answer the questions. The other element of it is also about the topic, right? So you'll see the passage could be from a science and technology topic, or business, economics, history, arts, literature. Depending on what's your comfort zone, you will be able to read certain set of passages with much better comfort, to understand, read it quicker compared to topics which you have no clue about, which you are not used to read. You'll find it really difficult to understand, read faster. Now, the other element is also about the language difficulty. Sometimes the passage could have actually complex English being used. It's about the length of the sentences, about the words that are used. Depending on how good you understand the words, you can actually understand the passage, or maybe you'll struggle to understand the passage. So the point I'm trying to say is this: the important element of cracking a RC question is that you should be able to read and comprehend the passage. And the complexity in this would be coming from the dimensions like the length, depending on how long it is, the topic that is being talked about, is it in your comfort zone or not? Are you used to read topics like this? And also the difficulty of the language being used, right? So we should be prepared. We should try to improve our skills on these elements, that I should be able to be handling shorter and longer passages with ease, should have a diverse, topics under my comfort area. That comes through practice. And also you should be having a good vocabulary, or at least should be able to make sense of words based on the context, and skim through the content. So that's how you'll handle the difficulty part. Once you have read it, you understood the passage properly, the second element, the second skill that you need to have is understanding the given questions, right, and selecting the correct option, right? You might be able to read the passage, you understand everything very clearly, but still does not mean that it translates to getting the correct answers, right? So there are multiple type of questions that would be posed in a reading comprehension. We'll talk about the categories or the types of questions in another video. You can find that in our channel. Other element is that you should be able to eliminate the options, right? So if you are given 4 or 5 options, there will be one correct answer. There will be, sometimes you might have multiple correct answers. Whatever it is, you should be able to eliminate the wrong options. And there are traps that would be set which make you feel that those are the right answers, but they're indeed the wrong answers. You have to be very careful to eliminate the wrong ones. We also have another video talking about the potential traps, so that you can be a bit more careful and avoid those traps when you actually try to attempt these questions. And finally, the most important element that decides your score is selecting the correct option, right? It's not possible to select the correct option without reading and comprehending the passage and understanding the question and selecting the correct option by eliminating the wrong ones, right? Unless you're super lucky, and you might get it, by chance, right? But it won't last long. The most probable and solid way to crack the question is that you read the passage, understand it, and then understand the question and select the correct option by eliminating the wrong options.